Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today is we're playing a mono black tempo deck. So mono black because we have gotten so many amazing pieces in mono black right now. There are scary, stompy stuff. Knight of the Even Legion, a 1-drop that can just win the game by itself, basically. And we have so much removal in the format right now that I'm just really excited about this. So first off, Dread Presence, one of the main reasons why we're playing mono black with this deck. So because we want so many swamps to enter the battlefield with this guy or two guys out there, whenever your swamp enters the battlefield under your control, choose one of these. Either draw a card and lose a life, which is insane. Play a land, draw a card. We already know that's good from Tatyova. It's a decent thing to do. And then Dread Presence deals 2 damage to any target and you gain 2 life. Also amazing. If we have a couple of these guys out and are dropping swamps, we can just kind of, again, tempo out the game. Just it's good for removal. It's good to take care of planeswalkers if we need to, or get rid of a walker so we can get out of planeswalker, or just start going face and gaining life and draining them out of the game. And it definitely works very well. And so that's kind of one of the main game plans that we want to have, is kind of get to our turn 4, turn 5, play Dread Presence, start playing swamps, hopefully get a Cabal Stronghold to just have tons of mana, play a Liliana, Eldritch Reborn, just kind of tempo him out of the game with tons of removal, some hand disruption as well. I probably could bring in a bit more hand disruption. I just don't like playing that way too much. But we also have Knight of the Even Legion, which is an amazing inclusion for this deck where if ever they take more than 4 life or 4 damage, then it gets a counter onto, and this is anytime any player loses 4 or more life. So even if they swing in at us, we can start growing Knight of the Even Legion. It becomes a better blocker. It's really good. We can pump it. It gets Death Touch as well, so it's a good blocker against big bodies that are definitely out there in the format right now. And then we just have tons of removal. And 4 copies of Embodiment of Agonies, which is the other inclusion from M20, which is Flying Death Touch. It enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each different mana cost among non-land cards in your graveyard. So this also includes sorceries, instants, Bag of Holding artifacts, not just creatures, but anything in the graveyard. And so I realized that we can get a lot of our instants and sorceries and stuff into the graveyard really quick. And so what it means by different mana costs is even though Disfigure and Duress are different types, they have the same mana cost, 1 black symbol. So they are the same. Knight of the Even Legion would count as 1 if all of these were in the graveyard. It would count as 1 for Embodiment of Agonies. If we add Bag of Holding, we would have 2 counters on it. If we add Cast Down, because it's a different mana cost up there, it would be 3. If we add Elder Spell or Walk the Plank, that's 4. If we add Rotting Registrar or an Embodiment of Agonies in the graveyard, it would get pumped. So that's kind of how it goes. Having different types of mana costs definitely helps us out here. Embodiment of Agonies is typically going to be about a 4/4, maybe a 5/5 in the deck in the late game. Early game, maybe a 2/2 or 3/3, but a Flying Death Toucher, sometimes that's what's needed to just make sure that we can get in for points of damage. Again, tempoing him out of the game and just getting in there. And so let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this goes. Wish me luck. I think this one is going to be all sorts of fun. Let's do this. Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to fusiongamingonline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below. Blood for Bones might be a good ad. Yeah, Blood for Bones could be decent here. We don't necessarily want to be killing too many of our own creatures. I guess the cool thing about Blood for Bones is you can go grab the same one back. But that could be a way to kind of grow Embodiment of Agonies later on. We're going to keep this though. I'm a big fan of Bag of Holding as well. We're probably going to just play Knight of the Even Legion. Actually, maybe we play Bag of Holding. Well, we're going to play a Swamp. Let's go ahead and play Knight. If we can get in damage early, it's definitely good, especially with Dread Presence later on. We can play Bag of Holding, hold up Disfigure, which is decent. Be able to get in. We get to fill up our graveyard at least a little bit for this Embodiment of Agonies. The issue with Embodiment of Agonies and Bag of Holding is Bag of Holding does have our stuff discard not to the graveyard but to exile. But I feel like Bag of Holding is worthwhile enough that it's a good card. So let's go ahead, play Bag of Holding, swing in, and Disfigure. Disfigure is really nice because it does kill a Danto Vanguard, but let's go ahead and get rid of a blocker here for us. Embodiment of Agonies. Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna hold on onto that for a while. Hopefully, just trying to draw into some good cards with this Bag of Holding. We can discard the other Bag of Holding as well. So because honestly, having 2 of them is not very good. You get to trigger it twice, but I'm not sure which way it actually goes. Which one will fill up. All right, there's Legion's Landing. Okay. All right, so we are just going to swing in with Knight of the Even Legion. If they don't block, we pump it. Yeah, so we're just going to pump it. That's fine. Down to 16. Get a counter onto Knight of the Even Legion. Pass the turn. That is very good by itself. I mean, honestly, that's not too shabby at all. Embodiment is so oppressive. Yeah, honestly, it's a little bit difficult to play here with this. Let's... Huh. I don't want them to flip this Legion's Landing. We don't have removal right now, so let's go ahead and swing in. If we're not going to pump Knight this time. Maybe we do. I mean, he's getting big and very aggressive. Like, this is 5 damage. So what do we do if we don't do this? We can maybe find a land. We like this Eldest Reborn for sure. Let's go ahead and play this. So honestly, I'm thinking just from this game 1, I haven't really tested this out too much. Let's just pass the turn. I don't really want to play a second Bag of Holding if we can avoid it. But I mean, Knight of the Even Legion, again, him against an army, it's doing pretty well. Like, they're going to be able to start chump blocking here soon. We would love to find maybe a board wipe. We have Ritual of Soot. That was really good play. So Ritual of Soot would be our best draw here off the top. The Elder Spell. Well, that's not what we wanted. Man, Embodiment of Agonies would be nice. All right, so if we find land, we can still play Embodiment of Agonies. All right, well, discard Bag of Holding. Honestly, Elder Spell would be probably better just because it's not going to do much. But Death Touch, going to be useful here. Let's go ahead and get that out. No attacks past the turn. Let's hope they don't have another Unbreakable Formation. That would be annoying, especially with this Grateful Apparition out. City's Blessing. Is this a Conclave Tribunal? Yeah, the Knight is so good. Honestly, if we had found more removal early on, this would be a little bit better. We have tons of removal in the deck, and we just haven't really found too much of it. I might have been able to I should have been digging with Bag of Holding, I think, a little bit earlier, knowing that this deck just goes wide so quick. But again, Embodiment of Agonies, even a 1/1 Flying Death Toucher, good enough. Like, it's good. Grateful Apparition, they might hold back with that. All right, they do not. Well, we're definitely going to kill the Apparition. They just get too big too quick. And we have enough removal, especially with this Eldest Reborn coming down next turn. So we know we're going to be able to kill some stuff here. I'm not sure if they have... Typically, people don't play Inspiring Charge. We are going to block. We can't take too much damage here. So block and block. The fact that they didn't swing in feels like they don't have a kind of a way around that. All right, so Elder Spell, the Eldest Reborn, I mean, will be really good. Ooh, Cabal Stronghold. How about that? All right, so how much mana do we have from this? I'm just wondering if I can actually pump Knight of the Even Legion. We can't pump it, but we can use Bag of Holding. So let's go ahead and add 5 mana. Eldest Reborn, which is, it's annoying that they had the Vampire to keep getting back. Let's use Bag of Holding. Another Cabal Stronghold. I mean, that's a lot of mana. Elder Spell, not really useful anyway. We can't block these guys. Swing in for 3. How much damage did we take last turn? It was only 3 damage, so we didn't get to grow our own knight. This is going to be really bad. We need to find lots and lots of removal. That felt like a stream snipe to me. Maybe. I've never really had that issue, I don't think. But Conclave Tribunal takes the Eldest Reborn. Cabal Stronghold, number Dos. What's in here? Nothing. All right, well, we can still possibly find a Ritual of Soot. Rotting Regisar. Let's go ahead and play Rotting Regisar. Pump. And good game. We cannot finish this out fast enough. Man, we have so much removal in the deck, and we dug so deep for it. Oh, that's so frustrating. I could have been digging earlier. Like, that probably would have been the better play. But here we go again. Let's try it out. Embodiment of Agonies, I do think that maybe after that gameplay, again, even as a 1/1, it was useful. And so it's hard to play your 3 mana as a 1/1 though, but having it, like, so I'm not sure if playing 4 copies is necessarily the best, but playing it as a 3/3 early on and then playing it for more later is still good. Turn 3 Rotting Regisar. Let's keep it. Man, maybe that's just my biggest issue, is I just don't keep good enough hands. All right, Swamp, pass the turn. Cast down. All right, well, cast down's at least decent for this next turn. Pass the turn. Suddenly decides. I mean, he could have not been sniping and just realized it's probably a bad idea to do that. Like, there is definitely that line of thought where it's like, you know what, this apparition probably is going to get blocked and killed. I'm not sure if I want that to happen. Chain Whirly guy. Alrighty. Well, double Rotting Regisar, really good against mono red. Let's see here. Let's drop a Dread Presence. We want to have one, but I mean, seriously, all of the Rotting Regisars, very, very good for us. Swing in for 7. Like, honestly, this is probably one of the best draws we can have against mono red. It is so good against them. We're probably just going to drop the Eldest Reborn next time. We have really good removal for mono red. Honestly, even Dread Presence, very, very good. All right, take it down to 15. If they swing in, we block, and they have a shock. Yeah. Discard 2 cards. All right, so we're having to discard a lot. It's kind of sad to drop all these, but we're going to have to discard 3 next turn as well. We're going to have to discard this if we don't do it. All right, let's actually just make sure we get in damage. So let's go ahead and cast down. This guarantees a counter onto the knight. So swing in. We lose a 3rd Rotting Regisar. They had to block to not be dead. Knight of the Even Legion. Maybe Rotting Regisar was just ultimately better there, but we did get rid of their board, and we have a lot of damage now available to go face. All right, Lightning Strikes face. This might just be a concession. Shocks our face. Yeah, this looks like a concession. I mean, what do you do about all of the Rotting Regisars, you know? So, dude, Rotting Regisar, that is the dream. Yeah, Regisar Tron, pretty good. And that's sometimes why you keep just a turn 3 Rotting Regisar, is because, I mean, there are lots of decks that do their best to create a combo to get a 7/6 out on the battlefield on turn 3. If we can just play it on turn 3 without having to do anything, that's pretty dang good. That's pretty dang good, you know? You know? You know. Hey guys, help me out with reactions as well. So there's a bunch of stuff right below me on the Facebook stream, or where there's like the happy face, the smile, everything like that. So getting more reactions actually does help me out a lot as well. So throw some fun stuff my way that way. All right, well, again, this is Bag of Holding is kind of a nombo with Embodiment of Agonies, but Bag of Holding is so good that I think that it's worth having that nombo in the deck. We only have 2 copies of Bag of Holding. But we do have the combo with Rotting Registrar where we can do more stuff. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. We're going to draw on their end step. Registrar gives you an excuse to put black in my 3-color dinos. Yeah. Yeah, I think 4-color dinos is good. I did a Jund Dinos deck a while ago. Honestly, going 4 colors might be decently fun. All right, there's a Duress. Duress is decent here against this deck. I think we just go ahead and put Embodiment of Agonies into Bag of Holding because it's kind of not as great for the next while. There's a Dread Presence. Dread Presence is great. But Rotting Registrar against Mono Red. Again, this is one of the reasons why I think this deck is so good. Is Mono Red has a really big problem with dealing with really big stompy creatures. That's why Mono Green Stompy usually does okay against it. Is if you get a Still Leaf Champion or something like that out, it's really hard for them to deal with it. Mike, thanks so much for liking the stream. I appreciate it. There's also, I think, stickers. All right, so let's go down the Duress. It goes into our Bag of Holding anyway. Ross's Contempt. Let's get out the Dread Presence. Or do we just go for removal here? We can get all this stuff back with Bag of Holding, everything that we discard, and so it's almost more certain to be back in our hand with this Dread Presence later on, where we might just want removal now. Like getting rid of Chain Whirler. Let's go ahead and actually just swing in first. So first off, swing in. Blocks with Pyromancer. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and Cruelty this Chain Whirler. I'm worried that Dread Presence is just going to get hit by removal, like a Lightning Strike or something, because the drainage is so good. If we can make sure we can play this with a Swamp, so we might even go down the Ross's Contempt since it goes into Bag of Holding anyway. Okay, Rekindling Phoenix. We have Ross's Contempt, so let's go ahead and drop the Dread Presence. All right, Ross's Contempt. That was good for them because they had a blocker every turn for this Rotting Registrar. Swing in. Now we don't have anything that discards with this, which is great. We love that. We can even just keep filling the Bag of Holding, but we have enough value in Bag of Holding. We'll probably just crack it next turn if we don't draw anything good, and be happy about it because we can crack it and grab this fills up more for Embodiment of Agonies, and we get a Duress to check their hand on next turn. If that's if we draw nothing good. And honestly, this might just be a mono red hate deck, which mono red is something you want to hate on right now. It's so fun to hate on it. All right, there's Rotting Registrar. All right, so the question is do we crack Bag of Holding now or do we wait until end step? It depends, I think, if we want to be able to, like, what we want to use here. We can only use Duress. We're gonna have to discard it anyway, so let's go ahead and crack the Bag of Holding. Do we Duress or do we just use that to discard to the Rotting Registrar? Dread Presence is amazing. Embodiment of Agony is going to be pretty big. It's going to get bigger if we... So, I mean, Embodiment of Agony is as a 4/4 Death Toucher. Let's go ahead and swing in first. If we can get a Frenzy out of their hand, though, that could be really good. Oh, maybe I should have dressed here first. They do have lightning strike possibly here. Oh, that was the mistake. So they let the damage go through. They could have lightning strike. Didn't have lightning strike. Oh, they might have thought that they had more mana. Do we duress? If we hit a frenzy, it's decent. Let's just pass the turn. I want to get this Embodiment of Agony's Dread Presence going on. Alright, Shocks our face down to 16. They're going to have to use their creatures as jump blockers pretty much until the end of time. Runaway Steamkin. Removal would also be nice to grab next turn. Alright, we're going to discard the Duress. If they have a Frenzy here... what do you guys think? Is Duress actually better here? Really like the idea of hating on red deck wins. Yeah, I absolutely think that's a good way to play. So I'm really not sure what to discard here. Duress is nice to discard, or nice if they have Frenzy with a Steamkin. It's pretty ridiculous. Let's go ahead and go down the Duress though. Knight of the Even Legion. All right, so now we have quite a bit of stuff. So this as a 4/4. I don't want to lose our Dread Presence though. But I think that just going aggro actually might be the best possible thing we can do. So let's play Embodiment of Agonies. Let's swing in with Rotting Regisaur. The Death Touch on this is nice as well. I guess I should have waited just in case. I mean, it's the same converted mana cost symbols as Obnixia's Cruelty. James, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I honestly, Mono Red does have a lot of thought press that they have to go through with their deck. It really is difficult to play Mono Red, especially against decks like this. Like, because it's a consistent deck and everything like that. Like there are games when you just have the straight aggro win. All right, so there's Wizard's Lightning for the Knight. And again, as long as we can keep them away from doubling up stuff for this Rotting Regisaur, we're in okay shape. All right, takes up the Chandra.
This is just gonna be bad for you.
Runaway Steamkin. They have another blocker. Discard the Dread Presence. Another Embodiment of Agonies. Well, let's just swing everything at face. I don't think we... Do we care about Chandra? Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not say Chandra. I never even, like, clicked on her. That was really weird. All right. Swing in. Blocks the big boy. Let's create another big boy. It's so good. Honestly, Embodiment of Agonies, this is feeling really solid. Really solid. Because it has flying and death touch, even a 2 mana or 2 power and toughness Embodiment of Agonies is technically worthwhile for its mana cost. But having this, like, we have lethal in the air, and that's the game. So we can definitely beat Mono Red. That's what we've shown is Rotting Regisaur beats Mono Red. If we don't find Rotting Regisaur, we have so many other pieces that beat Mono Red. So honestly, maybe this is just a decent deck. Does it do well against control? Let's see if we can find control here. Is it Drake's over Mono Red? Yeah, Is it Drake's is really fun. I don't play it that often because it's not my playstyle, but I do like it. I guess that's true about... Yeah. Yeah, I personally prefer like more of a Gruul aggro. And that is more of just a straight swing in. You know, Mono Red actually has to think about things even more. I don't like doing that. That's just weird. All right, well, we have Ritual of Sut to draw into here to get to. So we have a decent hand against aggro. Bag of Holding, good enough, hopefully against control, as long as they don't have it to Teferi to bounce it. All right, well, here we are against Mono Red again. Do we play Knight? Or do we just play Bag? Let's go ahead and play Knight of the Even Legion. It's a good card. If they have Shock is the issue. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Sky Knight Vanguard. Legion's End actually might be decent here. Let's go ahead and cast down. So Legion's End, exile target creature an opponent controls with converted mana cost 2 or less. So maybe I should have fired it off there. But seeing this, I'm thinking there might be like Hero Precinct 1. But this also exiles everything with the same name. And so it can be pretty decent. Pretty decent. This Ritual of Soot might come in handy as well. We can Legion's End. Is this instant speed? No, it's sorcery. If we can remove this guy with Knight of the Even Legion, that's fine. I'm thinking he doesn't block here. If he does block, though, we just pump and kill. We might have even traded off there because we know we have Ritual of Soot coming down soon. But opponent just scoops it up. And this is what I mean. Knight of the Even Legion pretty much by itself can win games. It is such a good card. If they don't have removal, it just keeps getting bigger. And it has a really good trade-off against early game stuff like that. Like it's so good. I'm going to play it again because we keep ranking up, so might as well keep playing it, right? We're going to do one more game with this one, then we'll move on to another one for chat. So just so you guys know, on YouTube, I typically record 3 deck videos each time that I do a stream. So if you guys already like my videos, you're going to love the stream because this is basically what I do, but I'm just even more personal here. And Double Knight, let's try this out. I don't love Cabal Stronghold as our second land. But we are going to be able to play Double Knight. And this is the cool thing about this too, is that if you end up having 3 mana, you can swing with both and pump whichever one is more useful, more gooder for you. Well, hopefully we get to that on turn 3. That would be good. All right, so there's Knight number 2. Let's hit a land. We need this land. Has another shock. Good job, dude. Having all the answers. Well, do you have an answer for this? I'm not sure that Ritual of Soot's going to be useful against this deck right now. So we might just discard that. Risen Reef. All right, now it's going to be really good against this deck. I just don't want to lose our Regisar. Dread Presence can be really good against this stuff. Let's drop the Eldest Reborn. Gives us more options. All right, play Knight of the Even Legion. Swing in with Regisar. Down to 11 past the turn. Grow a Knight of the Even Legion. We actually have lethal next turn, so if they don't have another blocker, Paradise Druid, they're gonna have to use it as a blocker. Discard a card. Let's drop the Ritual of Soot. It hurts too much of our stuff right now. Well, that's annoying. All right, well, swing in. Blocks with Risen Reef. Sweet. All right, pump Knight of the Even Legion. Down to 6. We get a Grow Knight again. We have lethal with Knight now, so they have to block with 2 creatures or start killing our stuff. Chandra. All right. That's pretty good. I mean, they can use everything with Chandra to kill Regisar. That's the only way they survive now. They have to go all in on Regisar. They gain a life from this. Which, I mean, okay. That's cool. All right, let's swing in. Let's see. Do we do 6 points of damage? Or do we play Dread Presence? Next turn, if we draw a Swamp, we can play Dread Presence again. So let's just pump up. We bring him down to 1. If we find Swamp, we Dread Presence and win. Nathan, thanks so much for liking the stream. All right, Nissa, that's good. They get to create a blocker. Good for them, not good for us. All right, Dread Presence. Yeah, we'll see how this does. All right, swings in. Down to 17. If we find a Swamp, we win the game. Went down a blocker. That's interesting. All right, let's Nyx's Cruelty. We know that they have this Paradise Druid. They have Chandra for next turn as well. Like we know they're going to block with Paradise Druid. The question is do they block if we go at Nissa instead? They have to block face. So let's go after Nissa. Yeah, they do block. We're going to Omnixilus Cruelty this land just so they don't have it. Maybe getting out Dread Presence, but we know that they have Chandra just to kill it right away. We know that they can create another blocker here. And the life gain from these beacons is pretty good. I really wish that I could actually see the top of these lands, by the way. It's a really awkward place where they put that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Does that make any sense to you guys? Have you considered making Liliana's Contra deck with the demons? I have not yet. It's just so difficult, but I will be doing it eventually. I definitely got to do it at some point.
Bye-bye. I have just the trick for
All right, kills our knight. Bag of Holding. Play Dread Presence. If we hit a swamp, we get to kill Chandra. Again, maybe I should have held on to it. Just play Bag of Holding, dig for something good.
Hope it's not too hot for ya.
This is so much damage. Oh, and this takes up +2. This is so ridiculous. Chandra is so insanely broken. Man, I thought we had this game. We just have been drawing really poorly as well. Well, Bag of Holding. Bag of Holding. Let's go ahead and use it. Why not? We have to discard Liliana.
I will rise again.
Aren't we supposed to draw a card from that as well? Oh, we can't draw with Narset. You're right. That was an idiot move. Well, we will concede. I did forget that it draws a card. I was thinking that it was, yeah, different. But we were dead there anyway. Like that was literally our only chance. So I was really just kind of showing them our hand. All right, we're gonna play one more time. One more time because this is just a really fun deck. I'm liking it a lot. And we want to get that 750 gold. 2 more creatures is all we have to play, guys. You're a relatively new player. I've seen the term jank thrown around a lot about cards and decks. I take jank to mean like crappy cards. Is that right? No. So jank is more of crappy cards. It's more of like we're doing interesting things rather than that's the way that I take it. It's like, yeah, jank is crappy. It's not like as good as some other things could be, but it also means just like, I don't know. What's the definition of jank? Jank means jank. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know the term of that. Maybe crappy is the right word. I would say maybe crappy and fun. There we go. That's the way that I would define it. Because you can have crappy stuff that's really not that good. All right, well, we're just going to kill that. We have this Rotting Registrar for next turn, which is good. But get rid of a Death Fetcher, especially if we're going to drop Rotting Registrar. Worth it. I'm thinking this might be Vampires. It could also be a mono black type of deck as well, because that is a decent thing to play mono black. All right, let's swamp. We don't need to play this Rotting Registrar right away. I'm wondering if they have like a cast down or whatever. Let's not do anything. Let's play Rotting Registrar. I mean, a 7/6 on turn 3, especially if they're stuck on 2 lands, pretty good. Jank equals something you have to kind of finagle to make work. Yeah, there we go. That's a pretty good way to go about that. Let's go down Ritual of Soot. It's going to hurt us more than them at this point. Let's... swing in, yeah. Opponent just keeps it up. Stuck on 2 lands. Cabal Stronghold also just gives us more mana along the way. we were in good shape there. All right, well, we got all of the things. We have, I think, 2 packs to open here. We have one from Ravnica Allegiance. I'm pretty sure I have everything there, so yay. More gems is nice. And then we have, what is it? Thunderkin Awakener. Pretty good card. I do like it. I don't think I'm ever going to be playing more than the 2 copies that I own with it, but it is pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and go to the go check out this deck for the wrap up of this video. Because overall, I do think this deck is really fun. I think you can definitely tweak it to try to fit it a little bit more. Maybe we go down 1 copy of Embodiment of Agonies. Having creatures was really good, and it was a powerful card against mono red there, like as you saw. Against the mono white, it was another removal piece. We ended up still losing, but that was because we were just drawing a little bit poorly. But maybe we do just need a few more removal spells in this deck. We have a lot more on the top end. Like we have 3 copies of Eldritch Reborn, which maybe we can go down 2, maybe something down a little bit more lower, maybe down in Embodiment of Agonies for some more removal, maybe more copies of Disfigure over Duress. I kind of like Duress because we're up against control. Disfigure is just really good. We already had so many 1 black mana things that it wasn't really working as well for Embodiment of Agonies to keep growing. And so, but that was because I was trying to focus on making Embodiment of Agonies good in the deck, where that may not be necessarily the case. Overall, I do like this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.